7.5.
Good morning, Bayelsa. Good morning, Niger Delta. It's a big pleasure being with you here. Today is Friday, the 13th day of March. Wow, gradually 2026 is just running away, like it's marching away. My name is Jacobson Park. I know you will be surprised hearing my voice. Don't be surprised. On Golden FM, we'll give you big time information. The People's Democratic Party is in a never-ending crisis. Remember on Crypto Capital on Wednesday, we had this discussion that is the end in sight for the PDP, talking about have they found peace or they've not found peace. There's no other person to give us detail about what does the future hold for PDP as they prepare for Saturday's state congresses across the country. Let me welcome to the studios of Golden and 7.5 FM, not for the first, not for the second, Barrister George Turnah, MON. Good morning, welcome.
Good morning, thank you for having me. And
Wow.
Good morning, Bayelsas.
I don't know how to wait. You look so settled and you look calm. I don't understand. Where does this calmness come from? First of all, you look so calm and chief. All these days you've been settled. I don't know. Are you not perturbed by what's happening to your party?
Well, life is, we just take it one day at a time. And there's nothing to kill yourself for. Just do the best you can and leave the rest to God.
That's true.
The PDP is on the move, and we are grateful to God how far He has brought us.
Okay, Barrister Justin, tell us what is the current situation of your party as regards the crisis, court issues, convention, this and that. At a point, they said you were expelled. They did share your expulsion certificate. Did you receive it?
Those are jokes taken too far. Let me say that the PDP is strong, the PDP is solid, and the PDP is in good health. People forget that politics in itself is about struggle. And one thing that is that you can't take away in politics is conspiracy, because you conspire to take power and of course for the control of scarce resources and how you apply it for the common good, the overall good and benefit of the masses. So for a party like PDP, with millions of members across the federation, with people from diverse, who have divergent views, opinion, interest, and all of that coming together, you expect that, once in a while, there will be some kind of disagreement. But normally, when people have this kind of disagreement, it ought to end on the table, because you disagree to agree. It is not expected that it should turn out the Agbero or Motopark kind of disagreement where before you see people are throwing punches and, and all of that. But in our case, PDP is an opposition party. And we are struggling, we are still grasping to come to terms with this opposition team, because I haven't been in power for 16 years. It's not something that should happen overnight for PDP to just, adapt to the opposition team. Now, the irony is that as an opposition party, there is no clear leader. There's one leader that everybody defer to, assuming when the party in power, you have a president. Once the president, comes in, every other person
fall in line.
Yes, you adjust. So it's not like the crisis is limited to PDP. Other parties have their crisis once interest is involved. But like the APC, they have a president, so there's a clear leadership at that level. Now, the Governors Forum, since we lost power in 2015, have emerged as that, platform that seeks to provide leadership. Now, the Governors Forum is not a person. So even within the Governors Forum, interests, and at some point we also have strong leaders who have emerged away from the Governors Forum. And you don't undermine them. You don't undermine them. So you put everything on the table. And then the NWC is supposed to be an umpire, an unbiased umpire. So when you have your, stakeholders and your leaders quarrel among themselves and then in trying to position themselves, align their interests and all that, the NWC is supposed to be firm in providing leadership, ensure that there is, a level playing field for everybody. But unfortunately, we found ourselves in a situation where our NWC became compromised. They were themselves dead, neck deep in ambition, selfish ambition. We had a situation where all of them, you can imagine a situation where somebody who is a deputy national chairman South is already nursing ambition to be national secretary. Somebody who is financial secretary wants to be deputy national chairman. So once you have yourself entangled
in the world,
exactly, and you are supposed to be the umpire, then there's crisis. So they were not able to manage themselves, and then they now pitch tent with a side in the crisis, which is the Governors Forum.
Okay.
Unfortunately, the Governors Forum is not as strong as what used to be. Recall in the Buhari years, we had a strong, vibrant, committed Governors Forum. Governors who could commit resources for the survival of the party. In fact, at the time, because of the cohesiveness and the strength of our Governors Forum, we got other governors defecting from the ruling party to the PDP. We had Tambuwa from Sokoto defect to join us. We had a sitting Senate president defect to join us. So that is where you see, the issue of leadership comes into play.
But you have been accused of being part of the problem.
No. How?
Now, but Turnah, let me explain to you. You were purportedly expelled from Bayelsa State PDP.
No, that is not correct.
I'm coming. The national, just I told you earlier.
No, that is not correct.
I'm coming.
No, let me help you.
No, I married you to.
No. I was purportedly suspended.
Yes.
By the Bayelsa, not expelled.
Okay, suspended.
Yes, at the time.
But you were expelled by the national.
Claimed. No, I wasn't expelled. When the law speaks, you no longer.
Okay, so
the Federal High Court in Ibadan.
Okay.
I've set aside
that
convention.
So anything those people did.
The Court of Appeal have declared that convention a nullity. It never existed. And nothing, that happened in that Amala gathering can ever be referenced anywhere.
Okay, but based on the law.
Exactly.
But the Bayelsa suspension.
Well, it was unfortunate. I heard it that the State Working Committee had suspended me. It's ridiculous. It's like, let me bring it a bit down so that people can understand. It's like saying that the local government in Bayelsa State have suspended the member of the House of Assembly. Or like that the Bayelsa State House of Assembly have suspended a senator or a member of the National Assembly. In hierarchy, it doesn't align. In PDP, there are, you have membership of a party which resides at the ward level. That is where you obtain your membership. And it is only at that level your membership can be withdrawn, either suspended or expelled, at that ward level. So it is only the ward executive committee that can exercise such powers of suspension from the party. Now, the other hand is, if you belong to an executive committee, for instance, I belong to the South-South Zonal Executive Committee as legal advisor then. It is only that executive committee, that suspension, I was suspended, referred to the disciplinary committee. They wrote me.
Did you appear before?
No, they wrote me. And by our constitution, once a lower organ of the party takes a decision, the next organ, immediate organ in hierarchy, can,
overturn.
Yes. So
or ratify.
Yeah, exactly. So the zonal executive committee, sat on that matter and quashed that suspension.
Okay.
So I wrote the panel back to say that, well, the zonal executive committee have put aside
the suspension.
That suspension. So it never existed. But the irony is this: those who suspended me now ran to the Bayelsa State High Court to determine whether or not you have taken an action. You are not sure whether you had the powers to do so. After taking the action, you run to court for court to say whether you took the action correctly or not. I mean, it was all a joke. And it tells us, you see, I talk about leadership recruitment all the time. Ability of the leaders, kind of people we recruit into leadership, very important. Very important. People who can face, situation and say, sorry, Your Excellency, this is not the right way, or this is not what the law says, or this is not what the Constitution, anticipates. You don't just sheepishly follow because, your stomach depends on, and then so whatever comes out is yes, sir. No.
But people are accusing you of doing same thing. Let me give you a scenario.
Okay.
You came out some time ago
Yes.
with the new associate group.
Yes.
After the Bayelsa State dancing, the Agaba dance, as they claimed, you never took it. You based on what it was reported, that it was Bayelsa that was supposed to be the launch pad. After Bayelsa, of the new associate group.
Yes.
They never... It never saw the light of the day in another states.
No, that's
Are
not
you
true.
being used by the former?
That's
by the former governor of Rivers State, Chief Wike, to destabilize PDP.
How? Why? What will Wike? Why will he want to disorganize or destabilize PDP? The man is still in PDP, working very hard, tirelessly to keep the PDP together and get the PDP moving. Those who want to destroy the PDP are bailed out. Where did they go to? They didn't go to any opposition party, to say, okay, we are on the side of the people. This government is not working. PDP is not able to provide the kind of opposition we expect to keep the government in check. So we are going elsewhere to play that opposition. No, they went to the ruling party, APC. So between Wike and, those who you may claim accuse us of destabilizing the party. Who is destabilizing the party? Because if all of us bail out, then where is the party?
They said they leave the party for Namona Chop.
To where? If you quarrel with me, for instance, if you quarrel with me that why did you go to Golden FM? You are not supposed to go to Golden FM. You want to kill our own station by going to Golden FM. And then you that is quarreling with me for going to Golden FM, you now say I abandon our radio station for you, then your destination is Golden FM. That's not hypocrisy. It's hypocrisy. It's simple arithmetic. It doesn't add up.
Okay.
So and let me say this: the notion that Minister Wike I can't be used by anybody. I said this on a public platform. I can't, at my level and my age, and the little God have exposed me, used by who? And Minister Wike is too busy. He's too busy. He's too much of a serious-minded leader. He has things he's committed to, not to use people to what? I tell you, till this day, Wike has never sat down to discuss Bayelsa with me. use me to do
because
what?
he was reportedly to have said that
No.
he will put fire in any state
If he wants to
that
put
interfere
fire,
in River State politics.
when he put fire, if he wants to put fire, he will put fire, and those who are concerned will know that Wike has put fire.
So you are not the petrol.
Recently, we
you
saw
are sure
a
you are not the
governor.
petrol is using.
Eh?
You are not the petrol is using in putting fire.
Why? To do what? What am I doing to put fire, to put petrol anywhere? Have I carried out any action that suggests, somebody putting petrol anywhere?
Okay.
We said that we wanted to, that we're doing new associate. It's a political organization, for Christ's sake. Nigerian Constitution says associations are, open and free for whoever wants to participate. When we were here, I was the one who bettered 4+4 prosperity movement. It was a movement. So did anybody use me at that time to destabilize anything? So the new associate, now we have it in Bayelsa, we have it in Rivers, we have it in Akwa Ibom, we have it in Delta, we have it in Abuja, across. I will open and show you their WhatsApp groups, various states. I will show you the WhatsApp groups. Governors are embracing. It's an ideology. Okay, what was the idea of the new associate? New associate, a group of people who, like minds across party line, who believe, at least in southern Nigeria, that we should have a full year, a full 2 term of 8 years.
So to draw support for Ashwaju.
8 years presidency. No, support for southern presidency. Support for southern presidency. Now, those who quarreled with us on this new associate, where are they today? They are in the APC. Assuming we were drumming support for President Tinubu, you were quarreling with us, and today you are now the ambassador in chief of renewed hope for President Tinubu.
Are you happy now?
No. It is not
because
me.
You called on the governor of Bayelsa.
I'm coming. Okay, so I am vindicated.
Are you happy now?
No, I am vindicated. I called on the governor to do what? To declare his stance,
yes.
Right? Whether he was going to lead Bayelsa to support the president to finish the southern presidency, or he was going elsewhere. And at the end of the day, the governor came out and said, look, I'm taking Bayelsa to the center because President Tinubu have done XYZ for Bayelsa State. He enumerated a number of good things, even more than things we didn't know when we were advocating new action. He brought them. So it means that he knew all along. He knew all along that, we were on the right path in saying that Tinubu have done well for Bayelsa. Bayelsa should appreciate him. And that was what the rally was all about. So if you knew, or because he was the one saying them,
so but are you a happy man now for the government to have done that?
When you are vindicated, you are happy.
Okay.
Because when you have an idea, or you believe in an ideology, and people go against it, right, and eventually realize that you were right all along, and it becomes a public, public confession that this gentleman was right all along. You are vindicated, and when you are vindicated, you are happy, because no man wants to be misunderstood.
Have you called the governor to congratulate him for taking that move eventually?
No. Let me differentiate. Defection from PDP to APC is completely a different thing, as supporting the president. They are two different things.
Okay. Would you have wanted him to stay in PDP and support the president?
I'm coming. And what we advocated at the time, yes, we said the southern presidency should be encouraged to complete. But the kind of support we called for at the time was support to enable President Tinubu succeed.
Not for defection.
As president.
Not defection.
We had not even talked about President Tinubu contesting a second term to say support him for second term, because it is not in our place. I am not in his party. I don't even know if APC will put him up for a second term. So it will be premature, right? It will be premature. So our support at the time and up till now is that, look, support this president. This president has done well for Bayelsa. He may not be a PDP president, but as an APC president, he has moved himself away from the shadows of political, clevity, and he has held himself out as president for all. And despite that, Bayelsa is governed by a different political party. President Tinubu has continued to support Bayelsa in his policies, choice of projects, and empowerment by way of appointing our sons and daughters into position of trust. That was, our agitation at the time.
Okay.
Yes, and we were largely misunderstood. So defection from PDP to APC is not the same thing as support for President Tinubu. Anyway, you can be in APC. You can be in APC and your interests may not align with President Tinubu politically. And so if President Tinubu is up for a second term and there are other candidates who are also seeking APC presidential ticket, there are the chances exist that an APC governor may have alliance with some other candidates. So being in APC does not automatically mean that you support President Tinubu.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, how would you assess the governor's move, his performance so far? You were very close to the governor at a point.
No, I'm still very close to him.
Are you sure?
Yes. When you say what?
I don't understand, because you see both of you have fallen out. I don't know.
No, not at all. You see, Governor Diri is somebody I hold in high esteem. I share a lot privately, in common with him, and he is one man, whether in office or out of office, that I will continue to hold, in high esteem. I tell you, every 1st of January, I have had a tradition of going with my wife and children to visit him, sample, and just thank him, give him drinks, and all that. We were not able to do that this year,
okay,
in January, because we were not around.
Or you falling out?
No. We're not around. Yeah, we're not around. The governor, you see, there is a different people misunderstand. I was a member of his political family. And at some point, I felt my interest. Well, politics is about interest.
Sure.
I felt my interest was not being served or protected in that family. First, for instance, I come from a place, and politics is local. Kolo is my community. Ogbea, Ward 9, is my ward. We stood firm in the governor's first election with the APC fielding David Leon. In fact, in all the 58,000 vote plus that Ogbea gave, it is only Ward 9 that did not contribute to that vote. 58,000 plus vote that Ogbea gave to the APC candidate at the time. I was at the collation center throughout, and I can tell you that I was the only PDP leader who went to that collation center and stayed and ensured the result of my ward was collated the way it is. And we gave our best. As at the time the Supreme Court nullified the elections of the votes earned by the APC candidate, and what was the remainder that made the Edri governor, in Ogbea, Ward 9 gave the highest number of votes. Ward 9 gave the highest number of votes. Now, I am with the governor. I sleep and wake up with the governor. I eat with the governor. I have access to the governor. But it's not reflected from where I come from. And politics is local. And I kept begging and pleading. Not one project. Not one. You see, there are things you can't lie about. There are things you speak, they are fact. The way to disprove them is to bring facts and say, no, what is said is not correct. This is this. I challenge the Prosperity Administration up to this day. Let them show one project, state government project. Not those things that during the elections, the local government people, there were some kind of shade, they call them playground. No. State government project.
None in Ward 9.
I said till this minute.
Okay.
So I was with the governor for 6 years or 5 years plus.
Did you suggest anything?
I tell my brother, I became a pest. You know, I got to a situation where if I request to have a private discussion with the governor, you already know where I was going, so he will avoid it. He will avoid me. Sometimes I will sit in the parlor with him till 12 midnight, 1 a.m., waiting to have that chance to still bring up these issues. Then ADC comes and tells you that Oga has gone up. Through the back, from his office, he has one back. You are in the parlor. So they just tell that he has gone up and you leave. And this happens several. I tell you one instance. I was with Taripori that early morning. I said, no, let me go early morning so if I can have it. We stood there, me and Taripori, in fact, we stood just by the door at the residence. And then he was seeing people. I was the only one remaining. He just came out of the and walk away. Me and myself and Puri just looked at each other. You know, I said, well, this is what I go through. You know, there are two things that you don't, you know what I mean? So, no project.
You feel abandoned.
My people will ask me to come. You were close to the governor. You were close to the governor. The school renovation we did there, this UBEC, well, school renovation, one line of school, and you know, that is all we got. Then, in terms of appointment, you won't believe that in this state where government appointment reigns like, falls like rain, thousands, I am very sure, the government appointed thousands of what they call technical advisors, special advisors, appointed people into boards, agencies, not one.
From your ward now.
I said, look, if they have, let them, bring out the name.
Okay.
Not one. Okay. I'm coming. A member of any board, just be a member. Don't give executive director or chairman here or there. Not one. But this is...
let's go on this short break. When we return back, we'll continue the conversation. You're still on to 97.5 Golden FM.
This is your golden moment to 97.5 Golden FM, the gold standard of radio.
You're welcome back from that short break. You're still on to 97.5 Golden FM. We're discussing with the factional caretaker chairman of Bayelsa State PDP, Barrister Turnah MON. Don't surprise if I call you factional. I know. Your countenance has changed when I mentioned the word factional. Okay. You take an exception to why?
I take exception to that.
We have another chairman in Bayelsa State.
No. You see us conducting ward and local government congress, and you see INEC participating. That tells you where legitimacy lies.
Okay.
Please.
Okay. Let's go with the conversation.
Yes, so as I was saying,
okay, go ahead.
Yes. So, where I come from, we're not qualified to have one special advisor, not one technical advisor, nothing. No board, no member of board, nothing. And with politically, Kolo in Consogba Constituency 3 is the only community that have not produced a commissioner since Bayelsa was created. around that constituency. And we have done so much for this party. It must not be me. So the danger is that I am with the governor. So what the people feel back home is that Judge Turnah is with the governor. He doesn't want anybody to grow. He doesn't want anybody to come in. How can he be with the governor and he cannot nominate anybody for special advisor? Even commissioner, we can't get commissioner because if it's not him, doesn't want anybody. So when your people begin to think of you in that manner, he came here and told us when Ogba people say nobody should support Doye. He came here and insisted that it must be Doye. Now where are the projects? Or these communities who did not even support the man, look at they will be counting projects, they will be listed. But so at the end of the day, what it means is that possibly there was a design, a grand plan to crash me politically. Because once you put a politician in that situation where he's on a collision course with his people, then you just want to finish that politician. So these were the issues. See, let me tell you.
Since you had access to him, you didn't find every other means to reach him.
What are you saying? Look, there is a very senior stakeholder in this state. I won't mention name. He came to see the governor one day, and I whispered to him, I said, you are going to see your guy, please, can you draw his attention to XYZ? I'm not happy. When he came out, do you know what he told me? He said, M1, I sympathize with you. You have access to the governor, but you have access to nothing.
Wow.
I'm telling you. Tears rolled down my eyes. Right there, the White House, at the car park. When he came out, I was just waiting so that I can hear what his conversation with him. When he came out, I said, okay, how far? He said, well, sorry, I sympathize with you.
But you are a political godson to former President Jonathan. Why did you not go to your political father to intervene?
President Jonathan is not the governor of Bayelsa. And let me give you an instance. When I chose to go with His Excellency Doye in 2019, I did so on my own volition. I did so against so many counsel and opinion, including people I should never say no to, because I was convinced that governor did it. At the time he was not governor, but we've been friends, very good friends. So I was convinced. I said I will stand with him. A lot of persons didn't like His Excellency at the time, Doye, not because of his person. Some may have issues with his person, but the majority of opinion was not necessarily because of him. Oh, Doye is a bad person. No. He was assessed by an aggregate of where he was coming from. Also, I should have told that part if objectively, because the Bayelsans know that I didn't have a very good at some point with the system, because of our where we disagreed on certain things, but not to say that I had any problem with the governor at the time. He was a great, one of my very great elder brothers. But I said no. Before I came to join Doye in that election, I was in Lagos. I was doing very well as a private. I had my law office on the Admiralty Way in Lekki 1. Anybody who has an office, who runs an office on that Admiralty Way, it's not a small boy. It's not a small boy. That was where I had my law firm, Optimal Standard Law Firm, the Judge Turnah Chambers. I hosted a lot of Bayelsans were coming there. My brother, the MD of NDDC, Dr. Samuel Obuku, he was also in Lagos. We used to sit there in my office. When we hosted the NBA, Nigerian Bar Association conference in Lagos, I hosted a lot of Bayelsa lawyers in my office on the Admiralty Way. So I didn't come to join Doye capacity, Paul, or somebody who was frustrated. No. I left a very promising business in Lagos to come, because I felt, look, let me go and support my friend. I think is the best for Bayelsa at this time. And I came down here. Nobody gave me money. Nobody gave me money. The highest money I got from Doye while we were campaigning was about 3.5 million that I used in doing word-to-word campaign in Ogbeya. I spent more of my monies that went in, but what he gave was 3.5 million. Not even at once. The first was 1.5 million, then another 1 million, then another 1 million. I went around the 13 wards of Ogbeya. Then on election day, he gave me 2 million naira to go to my village for election. That was all I got in 2019. Working for Didi. So I didn't come for money. I didn't come for money. The normal monies they give to wards, went to the ward leaders. But me as a person, I was given 2 million naira to go for that election. And I went there, put myself to it, and did the best what I could do. So I didn't come for money. But so when we lost election that night, I got back in government house. After we consoled ourselves, I told the governor that, yes, sir, let us go and visit President Jonathan this night. Don't allow it to get to tomorrow. The day we lost election, the day they declared David Leon, I said, yes, we have lost, but he's the father of the state. Let's go and see him. I know a few persons who countered that opinion there, but I give it to Doyediri. He said, M1. He was calm. After some of the dissenting voices left, he called me, said, M1, come. Let's go. Only me and him drove in a vehicle with Otoro, one of his police orderly at the time, and went to Ekpansha there to President Jonathan. Went there, we thanked him. I said, thank him whether or not, And we went there that night. President Jonathan was there, and Mama Peace. So they embraced. Doyediri told President Jonathan and Mama there that MON is my own. Judge Turnah is my own. Everybody has their own. Judge Turnah is my own. I am talking of a day that we have lost election. We have lost hope. But he made a proclamation that Judge Turnah is my own. So how do you now expect that it is President Jonathan that should now bother about my place in that kind of government after God showed us mercy? A lot. And let me even say this now that you have brought in President Jonathan. When we came here, I didn't lobby to be chief of staff or anything. In fact, while we were campaigning, I recall a day at the castle, Doyediri made a statement. The people were there. He said, look, Judge Turnah is the only one who came here and is working for this project and have not asked me one day what is in for me. He said it openly. It's not my style. So, after we won and came here and were sworn, he was sworn in. One day, this big rumor, something leaked on the social media. Judge Turnah for chief of staff, and then the state. Everybody
that was leaking everywhere.
Thank you very much. The governor never discussed with me any day that he was going to make me.
Did you discuss with anybody by yourself?
I also did not discuss with anybody, but something happened. After the leakage, right? Captain Ozu, yes, one from Ogbeya, is called Captain Ozu. So he came to me. He said that he's used to be very close to the deputy governor, Rujakwa, but that he has not been able to assess him. That should help him if I can take him to Rujakwa. I said, why not? Let's go. Rujakwa is in the office. So myself and Captain Ozu walked into Rujakwa's office. The moment we walked into Rujakwa's office, Rujakwa said, chief of staff, how are you? I said, I'll go and find out this chief of staff you are hailing me. Say, have you resumed? I said, no. Say, why? I said, the governor have not spoken to me on that subject too. He said, no, your chief of staff is settled now. You are the chief of staff. I said, Captain Ozu is alive. People may say, okay, Rujakwa is late now. Captain Ozu was the one I took there. Captain stood there when the regional officer. He said, your chief of staff is settled, that go and resume. I just laugh. I say, okay, the guys, we hear from governor, just jokingly like that. I became the first victim of this administration that I worked so hard for. You know what happened? One day, of course, eventually the governor made appointments and I was not there.
But you disappointed when you didn't get the chance?
Well, because my name was thrown out there and everybody, the whole world, not just by people were calling me from across Nigeria, very senior senators, serving governors, former governors. That thing came with a lot of, people were happy. A lot of people called me. There were some who called to say they have also spoken to the governor. But I was a bit, because the governor had not discussed that with me. And I've been around government. I know what it is.
Did you go to the governor to ask him?
No. That would be very bad of me. I didn't go.
Why?
Why should I do that?
No, for example, Your Excellency, this is what I heard from the grapevine.
No, it wasn't a grapevine again.
No, I know.
Everywhere.
No, assuming
not here. They say George Turnah, chief of staff, Kombowe Benson, SSG, Akpe, deputy chief of staff, and all that. And when he made the announcement, eventually, everything came the way.
With the exception of your
With
own.
the exception of me. So I didn't go. The only thing I did was, because it was suggested at the time around Government House, that the chief of staff was considered to President Jonathan, since it was coming from Ogbeya, and that President Jonathan is the one that that went for Agadaga, in place of me. So I sent a message to my father, President Jonathan. I said, well, you may have a better reason and wisdom in going for Agadaga, even after my name has been everywhere and all that. But in any case, I am available for service. I am not bothered, whatever, so that it doesn't feel as if I'm harboring any
resentment.
Yes. So now President Jonathan, because of the circumstance that surrounded the governor's choice of Agadaga, being that it didn't come from him, the way it was painted in the public, and being that he didn't play a role outside the governor calling him to say, Your Excellency, I will want to appoint Agadaga my chief of staff. I don't know if you are okay with it. And on phone, no, not that he went to him, it was a phone conversation. So President Jonathan also, when he read my message, I'm sure he also felt, a bit of, so let this boy not have wrong impression of what is not. So he forwarded that my message that I sent to him to the governor and requested the governor to explain things to me so that I don't
feel aggrieved.
Yes. I'm saying this. It is today that Governor Diri will know that I am aware that President Jonathan forwarded the message I sent to him, to the governor. Because I didn't go to after I spoke with President Jonathan and I was clear about what was happening, I let go. I had no, I'm a young man. Anything can happen to me anywhere tomorrow once God allows it. So I am not one that will harbor anything because I didn't get chief of staff or I feel that somebody removed my name and all that. Even if President Jonathan had removed my name to say, look, give it to Agadaga, it's right. It's my father. A father is right because he knows best at every point in time what and how to expose his child. So I will still not have taken anything to heart. But the governor received that message from President Jonathan and locked up. He didn't talk to me. His countenance just changed around me. And I am very certain that it was from that moment that his mind, he started.
Those were your insinuations.
Yeah, I said I feel.
Okay.
I feel.
Okay.
Maybe from that, because he didn't call me to talk about it. He didn't say, you reached out to Oga or that look, oh, this chief of staff thing, this is not how. I mean, even though he doesn't owe me any of that.
Yes.
And I mean, I didn't also take anything to heart. I was with him, loyal and committed, even outside that. You know, and all that one would want in a family is that you are loved and accepted. Nobody wants to be in a place where you are merely tolerated.
Seen and tolerated.
Yes. Nobody will want to be in that kind of environment.
I understand.
I'll give you 2 more instances why I took the decision to even leave. When I was appointed executive assistant to the governor on public affairs and social orientation, I was allocated an office space.
Were you functional?
I wasn't functional.
Did you make yourself available?
Me?
Did you write memos? Did you put up memos to the governor?
I wrote memos and got tired. If this government has any memo, they can show to Bayelsa that in all the years I was executive assistant, they approved 1 kobo for me to carry out anything in line of my duty. Let them bring it out. Any single memo, apart from the day the governor, I think in Supreme Court judgment, there was something that one of the, I think, Alabh case or something, that he came back and there was heroic welcome and all of that. So I think there was a memo for 5 million that to mobilize people. It's not in the line of my duty. That was to mobilize people to join, to celebrate, to welcome. Apart from that 5 million naira, let this administration produce to Bayelsans 1 memo of 50 kobo that was approved in all of the years that I served as executive assistant to the governor of public affairs for me to do anything in the line of duty. Okay. There was none. So the appointment was not meant for me to be functional. It was meant to make you be say we no give him anything.
Making just dead here.
Making just dead here. And I'll tell you why. When that appointment was made, I was allocated an office space in Government House. So I approached the governor. Well, I spoke to Agadaga, the chief of staff. They said, look, approach the governor, write to the governor, because you need to be functional. Approach the governor so you can have approval from him for a takeoff grant, takeoff grant and monthly subvention, kind of. Because that at that time overhead was a bit, so subvention. So you need to be functional, because your duties, public affairs, orientation and all that. If they really wanted me to function, it was a good office that would have made impact. So I said, okay, so I did the memo, I went to the governor. So I gave to him in the office. He looked at it and said, I can tell you for free that these things will not fly, will not work.
Did he give you reasons?
No reason. So I said, okay. At that time, I understood. Maybe we had legal pressures, court cases, and all of that. It was concentrated. So I had no issues. I said, okay, sir. So I left. I could use my money to do the job of that government, that office. I was doing it. What now got me a bit worried? I got my personal furniture into the office, set it up, at least to provide some comfort where I can work. Then the rumor started in Government House. If you see George Turnah office, you just went to your office, they learn. The whole of this Government House. Oh, no, he's the governor.
But you self overdo.
No, I'm coming.
You overtook the office.
I'm coming. I said I used my.
I know, but you overtook the office.
When I brought those furnitures, I even wrote to the CSO that I was bringing personal furnitures. So that I can have.
But why your furniture go find governor office?
No, why you go find person now? They look, forget. But the important thing to me is that when these rumors started, one would have expected that the governor of Bayelsa State will be too busy to listen to those
petty talks.
Yes. Now, do you know what happened? One day, they were able to get the governor to take a walk to that office. Let me even go and see.
It's a lie.
No. Ask Government House, go and make your findings. The governor took a walk to that office. I was not in. My secretary was coaxed to open the office. So she opened. Her name is Isabel Dame or something. Yenagwa lady. So you can make your findings with her. So she opened and the governor went in, looked at the place and, left. To that office, there was one small attached office where my secretary was using. The next thing, they said I should give up the other office, that my secretary should be with me in my office. So, but I said to myself, is it worth all this trouble? So, I just took my furnitures, packed everything out of the place, and I didn't step into that office from that day till I left the administration. So, those kind of treatment. Another situation that happened that touched me personally. My daughter was given a scholarship by the governor. Then we now applied for government to start funding this scholarship. We got the fees bid and all that from the school, and I submitted. Scholarship board did their memos and all that, sent to the governor's office. My sister Josephine, who is a PAMSEC now, told me that the governor said he will not pay scholarship for private school. So what it meant is that if my daughter will enjoy the scholarship, she had to go to public school. And I said, public school, to my understanding, primary school, secondary school, is free and compulsory education. The essence of the scholarship would have been that to enable a Bayelsa child to get the best at that level. Just like President Jonathan, he was there and took our children on scholarship to some of the best secondary schools in the country. Yeah. So, I said, well, I've been paying my daughter's school fees. No problem. The next year, the governor gave the same scholarship to Dr. Aleke's daughter.
A private school.
Private school. Aleke came to me, because I'm like a senior brother now, because my daughter got first. And so he came to me to find out how the scholarship, I gave him some guide. I didn't tell him the beat, because I didn't want to discourage him. So Aleke went and processed, and the school, private school, one school here, owned by the Nembe lady or so, processed the school fees and everything. They processed it up to, the girl is in primary, they processed it up to, she will finish primary school, finish secondary school, because the school has secondary school. And then scholarship board wrote the memos and it got to government house. The same scholarship, the same private school, the same procedure. They approved Aleke's daughter's school fees. And the money was paid. In fact, the governor signed that approval at the airport. So when it was paid and Aleke came to thank me, thank you for your guide and all that, the money has been paid.
I didn't tell him yours was...
No, I didn't need to. Because there's a way I live my life. I'm a very private person to an extent. So I went back to Josephine. I said, now wow, the same you that told me that the governor said he will not pay scholarship for private school. You processed Aleke's daughter's own, and the governor has paid. Up front. You know what she told me? Now that he has done it for Aleke, we will have to represent your own. I looked at her and I shook my head. I said, okay, no problem. So, this girl have now moved from primary school to secondary school. This Biomie school in Port Harcourt, Okuma. That's where she's boarding. So I wrote to the school. I said, come on, give me the school fees and everything this girl requires for the rest of her stay in this school. They gave to me. In fact, it was scholarship board that wrote to the school. Scholarship board wrote to the school demanding for everything about the girl. They replied scholarship board and supplied everything. Scholarship board made a memo to the governor. Till today, there's no approval. A girl that was given scholarship at primary school is almost finishing secondary school. Government have not funded that scholarship for someone's daughter who has access to the governor and who is close to the governor.
But Turnah, do you feel that these things were? Are you making a mountain out of it?
No, but these things can be disproved.
Yes, they can be disproved. One, two. Could you not big past that this thing with it?
It's not. I said I've been paying fees for my daughter. Didn't I say so?
Okay.
So as they didn't pay, is the girl out of school?
Okay.
No, but it is how you
treat the way you are treated.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, I get the point now.
You know.
Okay.
So, my brother,
but
it's not everything I will say.
I'll agree with you. But overall,
let me
if you assess the governor's performance, general, beyond personal level,
yes,
how would you assess it?
I wanted to add that it is not to say that the governor has not been magnanimous to me as a person. If I say so, I will be. Even though I have not been given any contract in the state, in anything. There was a time I got, I think, was it 12 million or so to renovate a school in Kolo. That is it. I am nobody has given me any contract
now from the government.
So that's why I'm saying that I'm grateful now for the 12 million.
But you don't sound really.
No, so I am grateful. Okay. I have said so. That's why I wanted to point it out, so that it doesn't look as if Turnah just went to radio and only saying the bad side or what makes him angry. Let me also say the good side. There are also a few things that I can also say that the governor personally, for instance, at the new GRA, when senior citizens were considered for landed property, he gave to me, and I've paid the required fees, and so that's he has been magnanimous also.
After nobody
at the Opolo commissioner's quarters, when they were giving houses, I was given one, though he has revoked it and taken it back. I'm not worried.
Did they give you reason why?
No reason. SNG just wrote, revoked the property and asked that it should be returned to the state. I mean, it's okay. Another governor can come and say take back or so. Those are not things that bother me. But let me just say on his performance. The first thing I will say is that, as one who have shared very close affinity with Governor Diri, I can tell you for free that Governor Diri is one person that is very passionate about Bayelsa's development. Very passionate. I can also say, though I may not have I didn't have the privilege of working with him officially in sensitive areas. But I can say that from the outward, the way I studied him, being close to him, is also someone who has phobia for public funds. Is someone who is careful about usage of public funds. So if he has public funds, he likes to deploy it, to things that develop the state. On the overall, in terms of infrastructure, our situation is such that we needed to link up our rural areas. I give it to him because that is the whole essence of why Governor Dixon will almost kill himself to make him governor. Continuity. So the Bayelsa West Road, Kremor, Nembe, Sabama, Kremor, the one on the central flank to Proma and all that, and then also having the boldness to dare the Nembe
axis
brass road. I give it to him, but again, you see, if I want to speak now from a point of selfishness, that looking at where I come from, my community, and my environment, what will I have? What will I say? I will say they are not performed, they have not done anything. And those are the things that angered me. But on the overall, he's done well. And don't forget, I sympathize with him. Because it looked as if he has so much money. I've heard remarks, people have had to talk to me that all these billions that Doye is very lucky and all that. It's not actually lucky. Because, yes, the billions coming into the state might be in several digits. But look at it this way. If yesterday, Bayelsa gets 20 billion monthly, and a bag of cement is 2,500. And today, Bayelsa gets 100 billion, and a bag of cement is 11,000, 12,000. You will find out that Doyediri actually has nothing, and will really be struggling, as struggling to drive development. So that's the area I sympathize with him. But there are a few things he can do differently.
Okay.
Because of our challenge. Bayelsa is a mono economy state. Everybody depends on government. Government is like the big father, Father Christmas. Everybody want to draw for, and that's why blackmail, backbiting, and all those things is a major, character in the political arena. Everybody wants to destroy this one, destroy that, because that is where everybody, we need to be deliberate as a state to build soft institutions that will create wealth. And the only way we can develop is to encourage private sector driven economy. There are a few things the governor can do. First of all, Yenagua should not be the way it is. If you have a visitor, the visitor may spend 10 hours in your house. He doesn't know what your bedroom looks like, how dirty and all that. He doesn't know, but it's your parlor. He will assess you. Yenagua is our gateway. The neglect on Yenagua, I'm not talking about Doyediri now. Since Bayelsa became, we must invest. We may all not come from Yenagua, but there is one thing that is common with all of us. Yenagua is our capital city, so it's almost our second home. Let us devote that dedication and commitment to develop Yenagua. That is one way to open Bayelsa to the windows and opportunities.
I think has tried.
I'm coming.
With the flanking of the roads.
I'm coming to the windows of private sector investment. When you say we have tried, you see I don't want to. In Yenagua today, there are basic amenities that we don't have. It will be difficult for some people to even want to raise their children here. We need to close in those gaps. So let's take development of Yenagua serious. I don't need to spend 90% of the state annual budget in my community at the expense of what binds all of us together, which is the capital city. If I make my community a Dubai on earth, visitors, 90% of visitors who come to Yenagua to do business will not get to my community. It's not their business. They won't even know what it looks like, what I have done there. It remains my community for all times and purposes. But Yenagua is the window. We must now begin to. The Capital City Development Authority should be properly equipped and empowered to drive proper and concrete development in Yenagua. That is one. Two, we do not have any business keeping that airport in our name. So another way to open up the state and build our economy, private sector economy, the governor should donate that airport to the Air Force, the Nigerian Air Force, and let them designate it an Air Force base. We can still be flying from the airport Air Force base. When you do that, you take away the bulk of overhead that is the government is struggling with in running the airport. When you do that, Bayelsans who are employed there will automatically be converted to federal staff. And there will be more employment of Bayelsans and non-Bayelsans alike who will come to the state as employees of the, of that Air Force, because it's a whole community. And then you will see that from that axis, so all will start developing. It's like a university community. When you cite that, you give that. So you now begin to receive extra federal budgets, because the Air Force will have budgetary every year. So it's a big window. And I want to appeal to the governor. Donate that airport to the Air Force. Let them have it as a full Air Force base. In another 10, 20 years, Bayelsa will be happier for it. Another thing again, do we need all these universities that we are putting everywhere? You have 4 universities, you have 4 vice chancellors, 4 registrars, 4 bursars. All of them want to build houses. All of them want to own cars. All of them want to send their children abroad. Why don't we have one strong and vibrant Niger Delta University with campuses across our local government to open up our local government educationally? But then you have surplus to put into free and compulsory education. Even up to university level, how many Bayelsans get admission into Niger Delta University in a year? The government can mop up and provide and put every Bayelsan who gets admission into the Niger Delta University on scholarship from start to finish, because education is the biggest social investment that we can make, for our people. And there are a number of things we can, because I sympathize with our situation in this state. We can't be depending on government. We won't grow. We won't develop. So the governor should think out of it. But you have done well, like I said. Again, do you need to start a secretariat building 1-2 years to go? No. Immediately tells you there's going to be another abandoned project because you can't finish it. You have the passion. The next person coming after you, you don't know his mindset, you don't know his passion, you don't know what his choices will be. But the money that we are going to put in building new secretariat, we can quickly put it to complete this tower hotel, and then designate it as Bayelsa State Secretariat. So you use one stone to kill. You would have cured the wastage there, and you would have given to Bayelsa the best secretariat in this country.
Wow.
Not a hotel.
Well, valid suggestion from you.
So we talk about building a stadium, he can't finish it. We can do a quick fix. Can we have mini, small stadium in the local government so we can fish talent? You don't need to put too many things. Put standard Olympic standard swimming pools across board. Put wrestling facilities. This is how you must understand where you have a comparative advantage, and then develop and build talents so we can export. Okay,
this conversation is quite interesting. Some of these suggestions, I know they are listening to you, but just like you said, the governor has passion, but you're talking about completion and comparative advantage. When we come back from this short break, we are here to discuss about your congresses you held, the local government and the world congresses. How did it go first?
No, it went well. See, what it has done is that, Bayelsa is PDP. PDP has given so much, to us. There's one old woman in Kolga. The day the governor was defecting, for security so that it doesn't create, I will mention the link or the name, because they will know that, okay, this is the woman. She said it was better that she was dead than to be alive to watch Doye on TV doing this defection today. Very old woman from Kolga. She said, this party will give Kolga governor. So our people are sentimental. There is this attachment. PDP has given so much.
But the PDP is dying.
No, PDP is not dying. Why don't allow it to die in your hands? If there is fire here now, will you run up? To say in your house, you have your wife, you have your children, there is fire, then you bail out. You don't even bother what happens to them. You won't do that. You must find solution. We own PDP. We must all take ownership because this party have done what? Do you know what it means to produce president of this country? When would we have dreamt of it? When? It didn't only happen by chance.
Okay.
We also had
let's go on this short break. When we come back, we'll talk more about your state congress coming up shortly. That is tomorrow. Let's go on this short break.
Want to grow your business fast? Golden 97.5 FM has got the perfect solution for you. You can locate our radio house at Mike Okpokpo Street, Bansha, Yenagua, Bayelsa States. Whether it's your business, music, event, or special promo, Golden FM has got you covered. So hurry now and let's put your brand in the spotlight.
You're welcome back, still on to 97.5 Golden FM. We are holding this special interview with Barrister Josh Turnah, MON, discussing politics as regards the PDP and the upcoming PDP State Congress holds tomorrow in Bayelsa State. Barrister Turnah, well, you can join us live on our Facebook page, 97.5 Golden FM. We're live there. Drop your comment there. I'll also open the line shortly. Your State Congress comes out tomorrow. I saw the flyer and I was shocked to see the name of the FCT minister, Barrister.
Who are you shocked?
Is he a Bayelsan? What's he coming to do?
Is PDP Bayelsa People's Party?
No.
It's a People's Democratic Party.
Wait, I'm coming.
And it's a national party.
He's supposed to be in the River State.
No. He's the national leader of the party.
I know.
Yes.
Does River State also have a Congress tomorrow?
No, River State is not doing Congress. The
Okay,
Congress is across 16 states.
16 states.
Yes.
So what is he coming to do?
Assuming River State was even doing Congress tomorrow, you will still have the minister's photograph on our banner.
Why?
Because he is the national leader of the party.
Is he only the national leader of the party?
No, he is the national leader.
Yes,
of the party.
Okay, what I'm asking,
if you look at
is he coming to quench the fire?
No, he's not coming.
Is he going to quench or add more fire?
No, he's not even expected. He's not even invited.
But why do you have his picture?
No, that's by protocol.
Okay.
You defer,
Okay.
You see the honorable minister picture there as the national leader of the party. The national chairman is there.
Okay.
Then by our zone, the national vice chairman for the South is there, and then myself. It's just to comply with protocol.
Okay, just
not that they are coming. They are too busy. Okay. We have a national convention coming up on the 29th and 30th of this month in Abuja. So the national that level, they are extremely busy. We don't even want to worry them. Maybe if we extend invitation, they may want to come. But we don't even want to worry them at this time.
Let me open the phone line. A lot of Bayelsans are already calling. The line have been busy all this while. But drop your comment on the Facebook page, 97.5 Golden FM. My page is also up, JPAC TV. You can also drop your comment there on that Facebook post. We are live there. You can also do that. Please, let's make it very snappy. Ask your question, make your comment quickly, and let's go to the next person. Hello, good morning, welcome.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Let's hear you quickly.
Okay, quickly. I greet our beloved brother Josh Turnah. See, I've been hearing about you, but today now I know who Josh Turnah is. God bless you, sir. You are speaking passionately, and God bless you. Now I know you. And there's something you talked about that I penciled down. You see, when you talk about Yenagua being the parlor of Bayelsa State, you are very, very correct. And I've said something like this before in this same platform. We should give attention to Yenagua because when visitors come to Bayelsa State, they don't go to our community. It's Yenagua that they come to. And whatever perceptions they get here, that's what they take back home. Secondly, the stadium you talked about. To God be the glory. Let's see what goes. Well, we just pray that it's complete because it's going to host the world tomorrow. And for the Secretariat project, it's when you talked about the Periwinkle Hotel being converted to our Secretariat, it will become one of the best secretariats in the Federation. I think I agree with you. They are speaking passionately in all. God bless you, sir. I'm reporting from Erapa Constituency 1.
Thank you, Sir Perez, and I appreciate you. Hello, good morning. Let's that call 07077471522, or you can also reach us on 091-2000-1975. You can also drop your WhatsApp message there. Good morning.
Good morning, BJ.
Good morning, your name and location.
Yes, Ayi calling from Swat.
Go ahead, Mr. Ayi.
Well, it's so interesting. I listened to our brother Josh Turnah, who probably feel the presence of government in his arguments after all he has put in for this present government. Well, it's called for concern. However, all the things noted. And to me, I think summer maybe the spirit is missing in our brother Turnah. because the just security is humility. Probably the governor must have been observing that he tends to, feel the loyalty, not just by talking, but, acknowledge him to be his father. As I listen to, I didn't hear any time, any moment he addressed the governor as his father. But naturally, by age, I know he ought to have been giving birth to someone like him. He doesn't know, probably the governor must have been seeing it from that angle. He turned out to be loyal as expected. That's why somehow we know the governor is nation.
Are you speaking for the governor or you are assuming?
No. The areas of him, telling that he is supposed to. And at some point, he's disappointed and all that. And the governor is not even stating anything. So, it's somebody who is sometimes the governor is someone you don't.
Okay, this assumption you are assuming. Thank you so much. You are assuming. You are not factual there. This assumption.
But let's
take this call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Let's hear your name and location.
Good morning to your guest in the studio. My name is Comrade Abraham Nelson. I'm calling from Turnah, Ikujama.
Oh, go ahead, Abraham Nelson.
Yes, your guest has spoken a lot. And let me just say, his personal relationship with the governor is not my concern. But he has been a leader. Since I know about him, though we are not very close, but I've gone to his place to campaign there and done some political stuff there. But since I've known about your guest in the studio, should I say, some of his antecedents have not been very, very, clear to the youth of Bayelsa State, because I'm a youth, and we know that when our brother, our leader, the former president, was there in office, your guest in the studio, he had the opportunity to liberate most of our youths, but he didn't do that. Or rather, he took it as a personal benefit to enrich himself. And today, our youth we are still struggling to grow in politics. And the party PDP, yes, the PDP has given a lot to Bayelsa State. It has given a lot, but him right now, who has benefited a lot from PDP, ask him what has he done for the state. What has he done for the state? He's still there, and the PDP his boss, who is the minister of FCT, is the one who is causing issues in the party, destroying the party, and made so many persons to leave the party. I have worked for PDP all my life. I've never even joined any other political party. But because of the current issues in PDP, I have decided to leave the party because the people who are there right now, I don't.
Abraham, listen, you've done 2 minutes. You've done 2 minutes. Thank you. Let's make 2 minutes per call so as we can accommodate other persons. Please, apologies. Hello, let's make it if 2 minutes or less. Okay, Justin, you want to respond?
Okay, yeah. First, to the caller who talked about loyalty. No.
But probably you are not loyal enough.
Let me say this. When you talk about loyalty, I give it, and when I give it 100%. And my antecedent, it's very clear. I started politics with President Jonathan as my father, and I remain. I have never, at any time, even when we lost in 2015, I had every opportunity to have behaved otherwise, but I've stayed true. The governor knows that my loyalty to him is not questionable. But I have said here that it is one thing to be in an environment and be patient, knowing that they have you in mind, right? But you needed to be patient. It's another thing to be in a place where you are not needed.
You're floating.
Merely tolerated. That was my situation. You see, I don't want to flog it or say certain things here. Let me leave it where. But the governor is a father figure to me. Maybe he didn't listen properly. I have emphasized that over and over, to a point where I even say I normally would go with my family.
On the first of February,
So till tomorrow. And let me tell you, in this state, what people see as loyalty is when the governor is in office. Everybody go there and behave as if, oh, you are, if it is not you. The moment another governor gets to that office, you see them there. The next another governor gets to, you see them there. Loyalty should be, if you are loyal to Governor A, and Governor A is out of office, and it is now Governor B, keep your loyalty with Governor A.
They'll be that cheap now.
Even if you can be, so what that makes is that even Governor Diri should be worried. Because those persons we knew in this state, there are some of them who started with Jonathan, they were special advisors somewhere, whatever. When President Jonathan left, Silva came, they became, they had names for themselves. The moment Silva finished, Governor Dixon came, they were the henchmen, they were commissioners and all that. Governor Dixon left, and they are there. Oh, we are Doye, we are, so the character is not, I am not in that class. So when you talk about loyalty, I have been one consistent young Bayelsa that have, tried to keep a political loyalty the way it should be. Now, the other caller who talked about that I was in a position to have made all Bayelsa youth. Haba, I was ordinary special assistant to MD of NDDC. Ordinary special assistant.
But there were accusations.
That what?
That, just Turnah, clear it to.
I say ordinary special assistant.
You are past ordinary. You are a godson that is more than ordinary.
What was godson had to do with a man who is
for instance,
yes.
There were accusations that the entire budget for the NDDC for sports going to about 500 million for that year was allocated to you.
I was not SA of sports. How will it be allocated to me?
I
didn't do anything about sports.
Because you are supposed to stand on youth.
On youth, I didn't do anything about sports. The records are there. Go and check. What sports did I do? How will anybody allocate anything to me?
That's just Turnah.
No, but let me place on record. Bayelsa should know that throughout the administration of President Jonathan as president, there was not one day I was called to say, take this contract. Not one day. I had no contract. I was not a contractor. I was not given no contract. I was in NDDC doing my job as SA youth to the MD. That was all. And in the way NDDC functions, you can't be SA and you say you are what? There are board members. The MD is there. The EDF is there, the EDP is there. And moreover, the MD and the board, they had their... Let me give you one story to shock you. When I was SA in NDDC, there were some consideration for people who are close to the president by way of, the bidding and some jobs and all that. So I was just waiting. I said, okay, maybe I can figure something. When instructions came from Abuja, my name was not included. The MD called me to his private office, said, look at you. Every time you be claiming here that you're president's president's son. They brought a list from Abuja for us to consider one or two things. Your name is not there. You and that on a chief for Ogbea, that on a chief. I'm telling you how the MD put it to. That on a chief, what do they call it? Chief Asara. You put them are not there every time you be doing that, you are Jonathan. I left MD's office down. I climbed up to Tarla Tewepa's office. He was chairman. I was in tears. Tarla Tewepa, I explained this. I said, how can I be suffering? Tarla Tewepa, out of sympathy, told his PA, one efere from Ogbea, give something. Turnah, don't worry, manage yourself. That was how, through Dr. Tarla Tewepa, I was considered for a 100 million naira
Contract.
project somewhere. You see, when you don't know,
As we begin to wrap up because we are pressed for time. Let me take some.
talk anyhow.
Let me take some.
No. Hold on 1 minute, so that I wrap up. When I left as SA youth, I was succeeded by another Bayelsa, because the APC said either I defect to APC or I should quit, and I chose to quit. Well, I couldn't have betrayed President Jonathan. At the time, we had just lost the election. Then his godson is defecting to APC and all that. I said no. So I resigned from that job. A Nembe boy replaced me as SA youth. Who knows his name? Outside me, Bayelsa have produced several essays in NDDC. So many SA youth, SA security, SA this, SA that. We have produced several interim administrators, MD this, MD that, about 2 or 3. So what the little Judge Turnah, special assistant, could not do, all these mighty people should have done it now. Why is my brother worried again about? I by now expect that no Bayelsa youth should be in poverty again. If I know Bayelsa should be in poverty,
it's not possible.
Because after me, the state have produced countless essays in NDDC. We have produced interim MDs, MDs without board.
Your own is special.
MDs without board.
You are godson.
So and now, Dr. Samuel Buku is MD of NDDC. Are you not seeing the difference? It's making effort, doing all he can to get our youths, to get infrastructure and all that. But he cannot solve societal problem completely.
That's true.
So when he leaves tomorrow, somebody will call on radio and say that Buku should have made all Bayelsa youth billionaires.
Let me take 2 calls. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Turn off your radio volume. Tell us your name and location.
Okay, this is Mr. Promise.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm non-native, so I actually like to see the spokesman there because I have some issues to discuss with him.
It's not spokesman. He's the caretaker chairman of the PDP in Bayelsa State.
Yes, I mean way forward to meet him.
Okay, to meet him. I don't know. They are holding their state congress tomorrow.
Concerning the
Okay, you can go to the venue of their congress tomorrow. You can see him there. Quickly, hello. Okay, any political ambition, because tomorrow your caretaker chairmanship will be ending. Do you have any political ambition? Because by April, the state the primaries are supposed to start.
Yes.
To end by May.
Yes.
First of all, can your party really meet up? And 2, do you have any political ambition?
PDP will be on the ballot.
Are you sure?
We have God has solved our problems for us. We have a clear leadership now. The issue before was who was going to sign your form, who is going to submit your name, who is going to conduct a valid primaries. All that is in the past now. We have a clear leadership that is recognized and piloting the affairs of the party, and we'll have national convention to elect new leadership, by the end of the month. Political ambition, we're here ready for service, whatever God designs, and then Bayelsans, we're here. Tomorrow, by the grace of God, my time as acting chairman of the party will come to an end. And I thank God for all that He enabled us to do within the period. Let me also thank my committee members who did so much in the face of antagonisms and all of, they did so much, and I appreciate them, their cooperation, the fact that they were able to stand out despite the threats and intimidations and all that. Tomorrow we will conduct our Congress, and then by the grace of God there will be a new leadership for the PDP in Bayelsa State that will now take us to the primaries.
How strong?
I encourage very strong, very.
With only 2 governors left?
No, we don't bother about the governors. We have had governors in states and they lose the election to other parties.
That's true.
So that is not. It is the people
that matters.
That matters. What does the people feel? What are they? Look, don't worry. PDP is in Bayelsa, and let me encourage young people. A lot of the leaders you see today were governors at 30-something. Even in our state here, 30-something, 40-something, You know, so some were in the assembly, some were leading the assembly, even in 20-something and all that. It is time for young people, to come on stage. This state belongs to you. The future is yours. Come on board and make this state what you want it to be. And PDP is offering that opportunity now. Luckily, God have liberated the PDP. This is a party that once upon a time in this state, primaries were real general elections. But we decided to a level where we got to issue one form, bringing one form. They stay in government house and write name and issue form and you go and feel like so. But now, transparency, openness, people will have the privilege to aspire, to pursue their ambition. And that is what the PDP is now offering. Young people, boys and girls, men, women, take advantage of this opportunity.
Well, apologies, we can't take calls again. I don't know, this person has been calling. Let me see if we can squeeze one. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Quickly, let's turn off your radio volume.
Yes. I want to thank...
Turn off your radio volume.
Yeah. Okay. I want to thank your guests there in the studio.
Your name and your name, sir.
Yeah, my name is Benson.
Okay.
Benson.
Go ahead.
Yes. I want to thank him. He helped me when the year 2021, when my wife put to bed, he come down. I'm from Akwa Ibom State. He came to my place in Jetty Road and said, Benson, he called me on phone. He said, Benson, come, take it. So when I heard his voice, I remember what he did to me. God will bless him. He's a good person to me. I'll be looking for him. I don't know if he's around. God will bless him. Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Mr. Benson. I appreciate you. Hello. Okay. Hello. Quickly.
Yeah, good afternoon, the big J.
Good morning. Quickly, still morning. Go ahead.
Good morning. My name is David West.
Go ahead.
Let me tell your guest that I think he just made a comment that gone are those days when they write name in government house. What the convention they say they want to do, is it not the same? Is it not the same name they are going to write in the convention? And I want to ask him, who is going to bankroll the PDP that is claiming that is alive in Bayelsa State? Look, he should not deceive himself. PDP is dead and it is dead. The FCT minister, they are looking upon him to bankroll the PDP. It's quite unfortunate that the FCT minister will be working for another party, using their money to sponsor another party. Judge Turnah, look, the reason why the young man who called you to say, by now, the Bayelsa youth should have benefited from your benevolence was because of what the EFCC zonal chairman as then stated before then. Those billions of naira that were meant for the youth, it's there. So I don't think the person that called was out of place. He's making reference to the matter you are having in court.
Okay, David West, apologies, our time is up.
Okay, let me quickly respond to
just 30 seconds.
Yes, you see, what the EFCC did were blackmails, and the court have proved that those were blackmails. 23 count charge, and the court discharged all, and the EFCC didn't prove anything. If you want, you can also come to me. I will give you a copy of the charge sheet. There is no billion anywhere in all of the charge sheet. There is no contract, nothing. It's also, they were mere allegation, and God have seen us through.
Thank you so much, Mr. George Turnah MON, for joining us on this special interview.
Thank you.
We wish you a peaceful and Congress tomorrow. Venue?
Yeah, the new PDP secretariat in town.
In town?
Yeah.
It doesn't have a location?
It has, in town.
Media news come shortly. Have a wonderful day.